Number 2, I'm this Echo Fan Grey Wolf, aka James Williams Jr. I clearly need more light on the subject, and I clearly need to shave my face. Oh, damn it, I already shaved my face. Okay, anyway, so the soldier I talked about in video 1, his name is Travis King. Now, according to what I'm reading from this ABC clip, I'm going to probably read some more clips, so brace yourselves. I try not to take too long. Travis King, an American soldier who had just been released from South Korean detention facility, fled across the border to North Korea, where he was taken into custody this month a day ago. Alright, that's what I got so far. Alright. Then it has an American soldier in Korea, second class Travis King. I guess he was an E2 or E3. Private second class Travis King. He's 23 years old. It says he had been in the Army since 2021. So he's basically freshly in, because it's 2023 now. So he's only been in for 2 years and some change. He should have known better. He literally should have known better. He's been in jail nearly 2 months in South Korea for assault, and was set to fly to Texas, where he would face exclusive from the military. Okay. Guess that means that was going to be one of those ways I talked about getting out in the first video. So basically all these things are saying the same thing, except for him being in a South Korean prison. Does North Korea still have POWs? Most are presumed dead, but South Korean government estimates in 2007 there had been over 560 Southern Korean prisoners of war still surviving in North Korea. Totally irrelevant to this video. Sorry about that, y'all. How many U.S. Army soldiers are in Korea? 28,500. So 28,500. Alright, we ain't gonna redo that. I just want to know about this one guy. There we go. What did Travis King do? What crimes had he been accused of, aside from crossing the border in uncharted territory? King has faced a series of other altercations. Court records reveal that King pleaded guilty in an assault of a destruction of a public goods after an incident in October. Okay, King, I'm starting not to like you now. Has any Americans fled to North Korea? 6 American servicemen are known to have defected to North Korea after the war. Larry Alien Abisher in 62, James Joseph Disnoric in 62, and Jerry Wayne Parrish in 63. I read 6, but I only see 3 names. We're going to let that go, because that's totally irrelevant. Are American troops still in Korea? We're not going through that. How does Travis make money? Okay, we're not even going to go to that, because he's in the military. Plus, it's the wrong damn Travis. It went to Travis Scott from Travis King. So we're going to try to close that shit completely out. I do not know how to close that shit completely out. Okay, I think I got it. Travis King's families opened up about the North Korean custody a day ago. Private second class Travis King. Let me click on this. This is from CBS. Travis King family opens up about the U.S. soldier in North Korean custody after willfully crossing the demilitarized zone. That's what the DMZ means. There's a video. I'm not going to play it. I'm just going to read. The man is 23 years old. He's believed to be in North Korean cuss forces. The North Korean government has not said anything about King since he appeared. Apparently, he is detained. The motivation of American soldier ran across the border into an isolated, authorized country considered one of the biggest threats to peace on the globe. remains unclear. But below is what we know for so far as the statements made by the military officials, witnesses, King's family members in the U.S. All right. How did King cross the border? We're not gonna go there. The video is playing. I got it on mute. Um, ran to the demilitarized zone, separated North Korea and South Korea. Okay, we don't need any of that shit. And South Korea face either side. The joint security effort of the JSA. The JSA. Okay, joint security area. When I read JSA, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I literally thought it meant Justice League or Justice Society of America. Oh God, I gotta stop reading comic books again. Anyway, the discrimination line. Soldiers from both sides have long guarded the line within each other. Further back into their during COVID and the pandemic. Irrelevant. Generally takes 3 days for someone to authorize. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Change turnaround 48 to 72 hours. Blah blah blah. Okay, we're getting out of this shit. It's not giving me shit. If I want real shit, I have to look at the video. And we're not gonna do that. No. Sorry, y'all. This is the point where I talk about what I said in the first video. Alright? I literally said in the first video that if you are going to the military, that you need to sleep on that shit for a year. And I wasn't trying to be a dick about it. I literally, you really got to sleep on that shit. The military is not a fucking plaything. It's not G.I. Joe. Alright? Just so that you know. And I love G.I. Joe. It's not G.I. Joe. And a lot of people get their shit mixed up, It's not G.I. Joe. It's got nothing to do with G.I. Joe, to be honest. But I will tell you this, you don't want to be the guy in the fuck around and find out category. Now again, I don't have a lot of knowledge about why this guy ran. And it's not telling me on the internet, on my phone, why this guy ran. But I mean, okay, you get in trouble in South Korea, where you at least may have some humanity. You run in North Korea, where you may not have any humanity. It doesn't fare well on how he got in trouble, other than it said he damaged some public goods. Alright. I'm old, but I'm gonna Google this guy's name because I can't remember it. But I'm gonna Google the event too. And ever since this happened, because I was a teenager when it happened, I was on the verge of graduating, or either I graduated, or there was a timeline shift. I swear to God, it was probably a timeline shift. It's in my ear, so you're not gonna hear it. Actually, we can fix that. Yeah, I'm at 40%, so just go ahead and disconnect. Who was the American kid in the 90s that got caned by Singapore?
According to Wikipedia, in 1994, Singaporean authorities sentenced American teenager Michael Fay to be lashed 6 times with a cane for violating the Vandalism Act.
Okay. Now we're going to get my earphones back connected. Because I was going to watch something else. Okay. So that's what this reminds me of, Michael Fay. Now, Michael Fay went to Singapore and thinking because his parents had diplomatic immunity, that he had diplomatic immunity and could do what the fuck he wanted. Diplomatic immunity comes with a price. Clearly, he got 6 lashes, and I bet that if he ever went to another foreign country, he didn't do the shit that he did in the first place. It says 94. I remember it being earlier than that, but I mean, I'm clearly a victim of Mandela effect because I also believe the lead singer and Queen died in like 84, not 91 or whatever. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I could be a member of the Mandela effect club, and that's what I like to claim because that's how I remember it. I remember he died after the first Highlander or before the first Highlander, and he did the soundtrack. So we'll leave it at that. I could be wrong for sure, but I remember shit differently. Because I remember I was still in either middle school or grade school when Flash Gordon came out. That came out in the 80s. I was born in 73, so by the time 85 came around, I believe I was in the 5th grade because I believe that's when the Challenger blew the fuck up. Anyway, irrelevant. What is relevant is that this screams Michael Fay because he was in the South Korean detention center for destroying public stuff. Michael Fay did the same shit, but he really tore shit up. He thought he was Captain America. He was throwing stop signs through people's cars and shit. And he thought that his family's diplomatic immunity extended to him, and it did not. Singapore didn't play that shit. Because of Michael Fade, it is the reason why you won't catch me in Singapore without a paycheck. And if I do go to Singapore, I'm not leaving my hotel unless I'm going to work. That's it. If I'm there for work, I'm there for work. When I leave work, I'm going to the hotel. I'm not going out to party. I'm not going out to do shit. I'm gonna be if I can stay with my handler, the person that's getting me back and forth, if they can arrange that, that's what I'm gonna be able to just put me in a little corner right there, and I'm not leaving your house. And it's like unless I have to go outside to take a shit because you have an outhouse, you just put me in that little corner there. You won't even know I'm there. I'll sit in that corner and I'll sleep until it's time to go to work. Get me up early enough so I can wash my ass so I can go to work, and we're good. Or if I have to stay in a hotel, I want him on speed dial so that my handler can be there to get me where I need to go. You know, and I say handler because when you're visiting a different country, 9 times out of 10, you are probably assigned someone who can get you to where you need to go without a problem. Especially like for acting and shit like that. If you're gonna be working there for a year, I know within the first 6 months I'm gonna need somebody to get me there on time and get me to where I can get it done, and then I can go home. And by home, I mean bypass the hotel, on the airplane, 13 hours back. You know, Michael Fay just like had I guess a weak moment and just decided, fuck it, I'm fucking up everything. And that's what he did. He fucked up everything. He threw stop signs and other signs through people's cars. He jumped through windshields, all kinds of shit. So I'm gonna assume that this Travis King kid, who's been in the military for at least 2 years, he's been in luck to know how the fucking system works. Alright, so he fucked up. And I'm not gonna judge the man, but I'm also not gonna have sympathy for him either. Because just like Michael Fay, I'm gonna say this with my full chest, 10 toes in the sand, and y'all don't have to like it. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't give a fuck if you're white. I don't give a fuck if you're black. I don't give a fuck if you're native. I don't give a fuck if you're Chinese, Japanese, or any other Asian diaspora, or whatever location you are from that you are indigenous to. You do not go to foreign countries and fuck up their shit. Alright? When you go to a foreign country, you are on your best behavior because wherever you are from, you reflect those people. And as a person of color, because I am part black, I know for a fact if a black guy steals something in the store, even if I won't even in the goddamn store, I'm the suspect. And I'm gonna say this, so if you're Mexican, please forgive me because people thinking I'm Mexican. If a Mexican person steals something in a store, I know I'm fucking suspect. I know that whoever's running that store, there's a Mexican, and they're gonna follow me. I've literally heard them say, "There's a Mexican." They're gonna follow him, and they follow me. And then I would tell them, "Well, there's good news and there's bad news. The good news is you're following me, but I'm not gonna steal anything because I have a wallet with money in it. The bad news is I'm not Mexican. I'm actually part black." And they were like, "Oh, so now he's a double threat. He's Mexican and black." So you understand why when you go somewhere, especially if you are a person of color, you can't be doing nothing stupid because you fuck it up for everybody else who looks like you. And this guy, being a black guy, he fucking knows better. And I don't want to sound like a racist, but most of us black people know the number one rule of thumb is if we go somewhere, especially like a foreign country or anything, you don't steal, you don't fucking do stupid shit, and then you go home. I mean, the four kids that the Trump got out of China prison, whatever, over stealing like sunshades or glasses or whatever, all their daddies was rich. Their daddy should have been made to come to China, pay for the damages, and then pick them up and then have them banned from China so they can never come back. Nah, Trump flew in there and made some kind of deal, got him out. Again, when you go to foreign countries, know their fucking laws and their rules before you fucking touch down. You need to know every damn thing that you can learn so that you don't fucking break it. Like farting in public. That might be against the law somewhere. You might not know it. You bust one in the damn elevator and everybody just fucking pummel your shit. Because there's nowhere to go. The air's just going to circulate and be stuck there. So no one wants to be that guy that farted in the elevator. But, you know, the other concept of maybe farts illegal outside. Like outside your house, you'd be walking in the street and bust a fart, and it might be a loud one. The cop might hear you and tackle you. Oh, you farted. I'm sorry, I gotta arrest you. It's like, how much time I get? You get 1 year for farting. It's like, goddamn, you know, it's a fart. Everybody farts. Not around here, buddy. Everybody holds it in until they get home. You know, you see that little great cloud of smoke there? That's the collective of everybody who farts over there and opens their window and it just smooths out. Now, exaggerating, of course, that probably could never happen because everybody does fart. But there are time and places for everything, and you know, you don't want to fart in the library unless you're the only person in the library. You know, I mean, that's just me. And if you are in the library, you would kindly hope that it's a silent but not deadly fart because it's going to get around the entire library. Before it dissipates and goes out, it's going to get around, and everybody's going to smell it. Everybody. So again, back on the topic, you do not go to a foreign country and start fucking shit up. That's just something that you do not do. Especially if you are a person of color. You don't do that shit because people of color get it the worst. And this young man is a black man. So now he done fucked it up for black people in the military because they're like, oh, here we go. We got another one of them damn black people that's gonna fuck some shit up in the military too. So, you know, not only that, the military doesn't take kindly to us soldiers, airmen, seamen, Marines, I don't know what you call Space Force, and us Coast Guard people. If you are in the USAF, any one of those five branches, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, Space Force, those six branches, you have a specific etiquette that you are taught. You have a specific behavior thing that you are taught. When you are out there in the world, you represent the United States Army or whatever branch you're in. And you need to act accordingly. You know, you can't just go out there and be wilding out on shit. Now, if you are a civilian, there ain't much difference because you guys got the common sense protocol. Alright, I'm going to China. I don't speak a word of fucking Chinese, so I'm going to need a guide to teach me where I'm going, and I'm going to need somebody who can translate, you know, so that I don't fuck this shit up. And so that I can go home, go to work, go back home, go back to work, go back home, go back to work. Somewhere along the line, I'm going to be eating and taking a shower and possibly taking a shit, so I'm going to need to learn how to say toilet paper. As for going out to party and all that shit, dude, the only foreign country I've ever been to is Canada. And they speak English there. And the laws are pretty fucking simple. So I'm not going to fuck them up. But in a country where you don't speak the fucking language, the laws might be a little bit difficult for you to learn until you learn them. And once you learn them, common sense has to kick in. I don't know what this dude was thinking. I really don't. I feel bad for his family because he's a fucking soldier and he fucking knows better. I feel this much bad for him. Because after reading that he was in the South Korean detention for demolishing some shit, now I kind of don't really feel that bad for him. Now, God only knows what the hell is going to happen in North Korea. Now, unless he's seeking political asylum from America in North Korea, then he's probably behind bars. And if he's behind bars and he's not seeking asylum, then he's probably just going to be there until they figure out what the fuck to do. But the thing is, if he doesn't want to come back to America, he would have to seek political asylum. However, they don't have to grant it to him, and that will become a problem. And then freaking our government will probably be like, all right, well, this is how it's gonna work. Either you give him back to us, or we come get him. Because he still has time to serve, because he's a soldier. So if he's been in since 2021, he's literally fresh in there. So he's E2 or E3. It says second class, and I was first class, so he's got to be E2. So if you're going to do something stupid, being in the military is probably the worst way that you can do something stupid, because not only can he be court-martialed and discharged, he can get a dishonorable discharge, and they could fuck him for the rest of his life. It's the same thing with me. Whenever I have to fill out an application, I don't want to tell everybody that I was in the military, because even though it was the greatest decision I ever made, I didn't get to stay, and I wasn't comfortable not being able to stay. So I want to make sure when I tell people, I'm in the military, or I was in the military, I don't want to tell any job that I apply for. Downside of that is, I don't get a choice, because I was told on dischargement day, before they shoved me on a plane from Georgia all the way back up here to Virginia, that no matter who, where, or what, I am a veteran of the United States Army National Guard. Whatever job I apply for, I have to fill out the military part, or I am committing a crime. Now, I don't know if any of that's changed. I'm not taking any fucking chances. But for this poor soldier that is now in North Korea, I have this much fucks to give, dude. Because you fucked up in South Korea. You ran to North Korea. North Korea ain't really that fond of us. And the fact that you are a person of color. So you not only ruined it for the military, but you ruined it for other people of color. Black people don't tour North Korea? I'm sorry if that sounded a little racist. But at that same time, you do not go into a country. I don't give a fuck what color you are. I don't give a fuck what your gender is. You do not go into a country and fuck their shit up. Now, I'm probably going to get a lot of flag from this, and I won't make another video until after 10:30, because it is currently 9:25. So I won't make any more videos until after, like, maybe 10:30, if I make any at all. I'm not going to promise I can make any videos now, because I'm a little tired. It's been a long damn week and a long day. But I will tell you now, regardless of that, as an American citizen, when I went to Canada for the first time, the first thing I asked, especially I talked to Canadians, it's like, yo, so what's your laws? So that I don't fuck up while I'm here, because I don't want to spend time in a foreign country, in a prison at that. It's like, oh, well, we got pretty easy laws, and as easy as that sounds, it's easy to break the motherfuckers too. It's like, for instance, speeding. Canada's fairly nice on their speeders. Not so nice on your speeding drunk and fucking kill somebody, Not so nice on you dating somebody who's way too young for you to date. So other than that, almost anything goes. At least that's what that person told me. And it's like, that doesn't sound good at all, because you're telling me almost anything goes except for, like, 23 dating a 15-year-old. Yeah, that's a problem. So you have to ask the laws. And in that situation, by the way, because I was in that situation when I was 23, and a 15-year-old girl liked me, and her 16-year-old sister, she was okay with me, but she didn't like me like the 15-year-old liked me. And the dad was like, I guess my age now, maybe a lot younger. He might have been like in his early 40s. He's like, my daughter really likes you. I was like, yes, sir. He's like, you like my daughter? And I'm like, yes, sir. He's like, well, so what's the problem? I said, two problems. One, I'm an American. He's like, yes. I am over 18. Your daughter is not, and I am not going to jail in a foreign country. He's like, I'm her father, and you have my permission. If she wants to sleep with you, you can do that. And I about died, yo. Now, respectfully, they were white people. And I looked at them and said, man, if I was white, I would gladly take that offer. Your daughters are very beautiful. But hell no. It's like, what? It's like, look, your daughters are very beautiful. They're going to make some men very lucky wives. But it ain't going to be this man. because I'm not going to prison. This is my first time in Canada, and I'm gonna fuck up and go to jail for statutory and be a sex offender for the rest of my life. No, fuck that shit. He's like, I'm her father. I give you full on permission. I said, well, I greatly appreciate that gesture, but I respectfully refuse. He's like, why? I said, dude, you do see my skin color, right? He's like, we're not racist up here. If my daughter wants to marry or love a black man, I don't have a problem with that. But you're also not full black. I said, oh, you noticed? He's like, yeah, I noticed. I was like, well, I love you. I'm too old for your daughter. And I don't want to disrespect you or your daughter. And I would gladly take you up on that offer if I was Canadian. I said, but I'm not Canadian, dude. I piss your daughter off. I piss you off. I'm sitting behind bars. I say, no, 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 thank you. You know, and we stayed like in contact through the whole tournament. The daughter was always talking to me. I was always talking to her. And I was like, honestly, truly to God, if I was 15, we'd be in the bed already. But you're 15. I'm in my 20s. I'm like 23, about to be 24. It's like, no. I said, there's no way in hell this is going to happen. I said, you'd have to knock me up and tie me up for that shit to happen. And nothing physical ever happened. And she didn't knock me out and tie me up. None of that shit happened. And I was like, Lord, I probably shouldn't have said that. Because I didn't think about it when I said it. Because I didn't think that, you know, it's not like her dad's going to come knock me out. But to make sure, you know, I would always be training with Kung Fu outside the Atobi Choke gym. And it's like, okay, as long as I'm training and they see that I know martial arts, most of the people aren't going to fuck with me. They're going to watch me, which most people did. And that's it. I was there just to film the basketball team. I wasn't there to be pimped out, and I wasn't there to get in any trouble. Which is another reason why I said, you go to another country, you be on your best motherfucking behavior. You will never be in the situation that I was in. I couldn't believe I was in the situation I was in. But at the same fucking time, yo, I kid you not, had I been 15, I mean, this girl was drop dead fucking gorgeous. Only a fool would have said no. Color me the smart fool. Because I was not going to jail. It's like, no, dude, your daughter's very beautiful. And I mean, pick any white lady that you think is beautiful. Times it by 2. That's how pretty this girl was. And her sister was a lot prettier. I was like, you know, I can't fuck with neither one of y'all. They were only a year apart. One was 15, one was 16. I was like, nope. And like, dude, I'm like, no. I am an American citizen. I am not throwing my life away. I said, no, I don't want to be stuck in y'all country for like fucking having sex with minors. This shit's illegal in my country. It's like, this is Canada. If my dad says you can have sex with me, he has consented to you having sex with me. And I'm like, okay, no. I like my freedom. Now, don't get me wrong, I love pussy, but I like my freedom. Because I would like to be able to eat whatever I want, when I want, where I want. I like to be able to sleep on my back without somebody trying to roll me over and jab me one night while I'm asleep. No, fuck that shit. I'm free. I'm staying free. We were good friends. We was pen pals for probably about like a month. And I told her, you know, I hope whatever guy you marry treats you like the golden goddess you are. So to that young lady, wherever you are, I hope you are great. Because I know she's got to be like in her middle 30s by now. Because I'm about to hit 50. So she's in the middle 30s or middle 40s. But her and her sister were 2 beautiful ass girls, man. And again, like I said, I don't want to ever go to a foreign country and fuck shit up. Not just for me, but for people who look like me. Because that's exactly what happens. And this guy, this soldier, who's been in the Army since 2021. Now, I can see if he was just in the Army in 2022, turning into 2023, and we're about to be turning into 2024, he still would have known the ropes. No. Now, if this would have happened in 2021, while he just been in there, just starting, then I could probably come up with 1,000 excuses on why I should support this shit. But this dude knew better. You've been in the Army for 2 years, dude. 2 fucking years. You knew better than to go fucking somebody's shit up. Yeah, which is why you got detained in the South Korean detention center. Then you turn around and you're gonna run into North Korea. There's one last thing I want to talk about for in the video, because I know I've been on for almost 30 minutes. Okay, I've been on for 30 minutes and 1 second, 2 and counting. AWOL is a very, very serious offense. If you ever go AWOL, you are going to be in deep shit. How do I know this? Because we were in boot camp, and I was in Bravo, and we were downrange, and 2 of our battle buddies were gone. They literally were gone, and I'm like, I'm standing there because we're all taking a head count, and at this time the drill sergeant's frisking us because no brass, no ammo can leave downrange. He said, "Okay, we're missing such and such and such and such. I know their names. I'm not bringing their names up. It was so damn long ago because 2010 was a long time ago. One of them was a nasty girl like me. I don't know where he came from, but he was a nasty girl. He wasn't from Virginia. So, you know, they disappeared. And somehow or another they had got to, they left the range we were on, and they fucked up because it was the day after Navy class. I guess they were trying to put their navigational training together. They went deeper down range to where bad shit can happen, like night fire drills, maybe cannon fires from tanks, mobile infantry, that kind of shit. And that's where they caught him at, because they caught him down there. My platoon, they were in our company. Our company suffered. The entire company didn't suffer, but our company had some issues. And they said, okay, so they're from y'all platoon, because we was 4th platoon, and they were from our platoon. It was 2 dudes from our platoon from Bravo, and we got the fuck smoked out of us. And then the excuse was, one battle buddy said, I only went with him because we had the battle buddy system. I didn't know he was trying to leave the army, which is what cleared him from getting in trouble. The other guy, he was in trouble, and again, I believe he was AWOL, and he got, like, it was something they called it. I can't remember what the fuck they called it. But he got taken out of the military. And they told him that they were going to make an example out of him, and that no matter what, they were going to make sure that he didn't get any fucking damn benefits or any of that other shit. So, that was crazy as fuck. You know. And the other guy, he got off, and he didn't get discharged. I got hurt after that, so well, no big fucking deal for me. After I got hurt, that was it. And then I wound up in Gulf, and then I wound up in Delta, and I got hurt again. But they give you the protocol. They give you a motherfucking handbook and everything in BC, so you know not to fuck up. No, like at all. So once you're actually in the army, you also know not to fuck up. And this guy fucked up. You know, when I was in fucking in Delta, we had another soldier that went complete ape shit. And he was son of a general. He pretty much joined just to impress his dad, and that didn't work out. And then he started threatening everybody. And at this time, we were on profile. I'd already been through the ants in my pants experience, and we have to watch this guy because he's on suicide watch. So you have 4 guys detaining this guy at all time. We were basically walking around a circle, watching him at the clock. And the only reason why the 4 of us were watching him was because we were getting discharged out. And I was fucked up, so I knew I was gone. And they made us watch him for quite some time. Until they didn't. Which, like, one day came, and we had to go do whatever the hell we had to do. And he was gone when we got back off duty to go back, you know. It's like, yeah, y'all don't have to worry about him anymore. He is no longer an issue. We are sending him for psych evaluation, and he will not be returning to Delta. And so, then after that, they sent us down, the ones that were leaving, they sent us back down range to where processing was, processed us out, In a week, we were on planes, trains, and automobiles to go back home. So, like I said, you get the protocol speech of what you can and cannot do when you are in the army. You get that speech. You're not gonna avoid that speech. In fact, when you get through processing, you spent you're supposed to spend a week in processing. We spent 3 weeks in processing. Then we went down range. We spent 3 weeks in fucking class, like every day, all goddamn day, from sun up to sunset. We were allowed to stretch and go to the bathroom. Intermission, we got to go eat, and we came right back to class. They taught you about how to manage your money. They taught you about sex. They taught you about how not to lie to female officers about your rank to get pussy. You name it, there was nothing that they didn't unturn. They overturned every little thing to make sure that you were aware of what the fuck was going on. So you're sitting in this class, and you're sitting in this class from 7 a.m. to fucking 8 p.m. And after 8 p.m., unless you're on fire guard, you wash your ass and you got in the shower. I mean, then you went to bed until somebody would wake you up for fire guard. And fire guard worked like this: you have yay so many banks, bunks over here, and yay so many on here. So on odd nights, these bunks were on fire guard because you only get 8 hours. Now legally they only have to give you 4, and this is boot camp. Real army works different. So this side would get it, and I would be on this side, and guys were like giving up their sleep to do fire guard for favors. It's like, nah, fuck that shit, because when I want to sleep, I want to sleep. Fuck that bullshit. So, motherfuckers would take other people's fire guards like, hey, fuck that. I'm 37. I need my motherfucking sleep. I'm not doing extra fire guard. Fuck that shit. But they would do it for like when it came to dinner chow or lunch chow. If you had something that they wanted and they give up their fire guard, so they would get that from you so they could take your fire guard. Anyway, because you didn't have money. I mean, some people did pay motherfuckers, but that's under the table shit that I probably shouldn't be speaking about. But anyway, when I got the Delta, it was pretty much the same way. I didn't spend a night in golf because before they could transfer me, I was gonna kill some people. So, I stayed with Bravo until they transferred me to Delta. But anyway, I mean, also irrelevant. But you get the speech. When you were in processing, you get the speech. And while you were downrange for the first 3 weeks before you even go out in the field, you were in class for 3 weeks. 3 motherfucking weeks. You do not get it. This is what you do. You're in class. Because I outed myself at least twice for falling asleep. And sitting there, we're listening to the classes, we're watching the actors do their thing, and we're sitting there. And the drill sergeant looked at me, and my eyes was open. But I won't there. I was sleeping like a mother. I could see the pretty girl and the dude and talking about harassment and all that shit. I could hear. I won't dare though. My eyes are just like this. And that drill sergeant looked at me. He said, "You sleep, soldier?" And I said, "Yes, drill sergeant." He said, "Not you. Your eyes are open." I said, "That's changed the fact that I was asleep, drill sergeant. How the fuck do you sleep with your eyes open?" "I'm exceptionally paranoid, drill sergeant." And I had to go do the jumping jacks in the head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Knees and toes. That's what they made us do. This is why I said you were definitely going to sleep before you go. Because your first 3 weeks after processing, there's no sleep. There's no sleep. Red phase is the worst. And I'm sitting there. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Gotta go down. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Knees and toes. Eyes, ears, mouth, nose, head, shoulders, knees, and toes. And then we had to do some jumping jacks. And then if you felt like you were conscious enough, you went back over there. I spent more time doing jumping jacks to stay the fuck awake so that I wouldn't fall asleep paying attention. Then I got to the point I was like, you know what? I can sleep with my eyes open. So I got away with it like a couple of times. And then, when I got to Bravo, I had to do so many goddamn push-ups, man. I could do push-ups in my sleep. And at one point in time, I fell asleep on guard duty. And the drill sergeant walked by and said, "Are you sleeping?" I said, "Yes, drill sergeant." He said, "Your eyes are open." I said, "I'm still asleep, drill sergeant." He said, "How long you been here?" I said, "I pulled the double shift, drill sergeant." He said, "Well, you better pull some push-ups, son." So, and I went pushing up. He walked off the breezeway, and went to the DFAT, that's the chow hall or whatever. I'm pushing. He said, don't stop pushing till I get back. I never stopped pushing. He came back. I was asleep. I wasn't snoring. My eyes were shut. Done. This motherfucker looked at me. Recover. I ain't hear him. Recover, soldier. When he rose his voice, I jumped up. He said, I gotta ask, was you sleep? And I said, yes, Drill Sergeant. He said, how the fuck are you doing push-ups in your sleep? I said, Drill Sergeant, I'm 37 years old. I adapt very well. He's like, you pushing up while you sleeping. Did you even hear me? I heard something. I didn't know what it was. I figured I'd just keep pushing. He said, well, I told you to push until I came back. I said, yes, Drill Sergeant. I didn't know that was you. I said, I can't identify boots, man. They all look the goddamn same. So I just kept pushing. But my eyes, they got heavy. And I knew that if I stopped pushing, you would know. He's like, how you figure that? I said, hey, man, I ain't these stupid ass kids that joined up in this motherfucker. I'm old enough to know that shit happens. So I just kept pushing. And then my body wouldn't stop, but my brain shut the fuck off. He's like, oh, okay. Well, get up. When's your relief come? I said, Drill Sergeant, I have no freaking idea. And my relief almost seemed like it never fucking came. And then one of the drill sergeants that came, that was one of our drill sergeants, like, Williams, you done been here for like almost 9 hours. And I said, yes, Drill Sergeant. He said, have you gone to the bathroom? I said, maybe once, Drill Sergeant. Has anybody relieved you? I said, no, Drill Sergeant. Only person that let me go to the bathroom was the drill sergeant that made me do push-ups. He's like, okay. Well, when your relief come, go get the fuck to bed. And I was like, okay, Drill Sergeant, but I don't know when my relief is coming. And it seemed like forever, and my relief never showed the fuck up. And then when they finally showed up, the drill sergeant that was on duty, when I got back in the thing, he's like, where you been? I said, I've been where y'all assigned me. I've been on guard duty down at the fucking damn breezeway. Nobody ever came to relieve me, so I never left. He's like, what? I said, Drill Sergeant, I do what I'm told. I don't ask questions. No. And again, that's very important. If you go into the military, do what you're told. I didn't ask no goddamn questions. I did what the fuck I was told. And so, after that shit, no, I ain't pay that shit no mind. I was just like, alright, cool. I'm just gonna go do my thing and call it a fucking day. Got up in that bitch, I don't know how long I was asleep for. But I know when the damn sun rose up, I was up. I was still asleep, but I was up. No. And we had many a days like that. In closing, though, they give you the protocol speech. They give you the everything you need to know speech before you hit the actual army. They give you everything you need to know, everything you want to know, everything you ever gonna know. And they also tell you you will act accordingly. So, you're gonna have to do the right thing all the time. They gave us integrity checks in boot camp. All the fucking time. They gave us integrity checks. They never not gave us an integrity check. So to Mr. Travis King, you in my prayers. But I ain't got a lot of fucks to give you, brother, because you kind of fucked up. That being said, I am your host, Echo Fangrave. This is Comfort Habit number 2, be seeing you. And I say again to anybody who's going to join the military, go talk to some vets. Sleep on that shit for a year. Sleep on it for 2. And if you still want to go in, do the do. Be seeing you.